Okay, start on Derek.
You're tripping.
Oh my god, we're doing it.
We're doing it.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
It's us,
It's us.
Jawz and Josh.
Jawz and Josh.
Jawz and Josh.
Jawz and Josh.
Yeah, Josh
Yeah.
and Jawz.
Josh and Jawz.
Welcome back to our channel.
No.
It is not my channel, but yours.
It's our channel. You're on it enough. You're on it
Every time.
every time. Well, not every time, but pretty much every time.
Yeah. Hi, welcome.
Welcome. Another year has come and gone. 2022, you beautiful son of a bitch. It is time to take you out back like old Yeller and put you down like the little bitch you are. There were some ups, there were some downs, there were some in-betweens,
Yeah.
and there were certainly some times.
Like there were some mess.
There was a lot of mess. Probably more mess than ups or downs.
Nah, I don't think so. I think it was mostly ups.
Mostly ups. That's good.
Yeah.
Let us know how your 2022 was down in the comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here along with us. We're doing something new today. We are revealing our top 10 albums of 2022. These are our favorites, our booms and bops, our on repeats, our favorite albums of 2022. We are going to be doing our top 10. We are going to do this a little differently. We are going to keep score. The winner gets the title of being
Best guesser of 2022.
Best guesser of 2022, the most in tune with the other person for 2022. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to do 3 points for if you get it in the exact right spot.
Yep.
2 points if it's within one spot,
Yep.
and then 1 point if it's anywhere else within the top 10. We're not going to take time guessing. I'm going to show my top 10 guesses to Jawz. She's going to show her guesses for me to me. And then we will go from there. Then we will start revealing our top 10s, talking about why we like them, and then we'll just kind of tally. We'll show our guesses at the end and just tally up the points, and winner is the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah.
I'll show my guesses for you to you.
Am I supposed to tell you how many of them are right
Just,
now?
yeah, how many are on there?
Hold on, let me look at my list.
I don't want to spoil anything. That's why I'm not showing them yet.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
You got.
Wow. Wow. Okay, great. You want to show me?
Yep.
You got
I told you.
just not in the right placements, but that's okay.
But
Yeah.
I told you I would.
Yeah, that's really well done. Good job.
Thank you.
Before we get into revealing, thank you for watching. Thank you to Joey Pecoraro for
Letting us use his music.
letting us use his music. I think we should do you go through your top 10, then I go through mine instead of alternating back and forth. There will be timestamps in the description if you want to do that. Did I say thank you to Joey Pecoraro for letting us
You
use his
did.
music? Well, thank you again, Joey Pecoraro. We appreciate you. Let's get into it.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, hit me with your number 10.
My number 10 is Sentiment by Said the Sky.
Okay.
Sentiment fell real hard, but I still love it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't have reasons. You're going to have reasons for everything, and I don't.
Okay, I was just going to spitball off the top for each of them.
Yeah. My number 9 is Rebels Never Die.
Okay, that's Hardwell's.
Yeah.
Okay,
by
that's a little
Hardwell.
lower than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I mean, it is a techno album. I re-listened to it when I was going through trying to pick my top 10s, and I was like, I think it's probably in my top 10 because I saw The Return of Hardwell, and I don't know if it would have been otherwise.
Right.
So it's more the experience behind the album.
The
for
live
me.
set really, like, that you saw his return, like, really pushed it up higher than...
Yeah.
Like, if
Plus
you would
it's-
have just listening on your own, you're like, this is a solid album, but, like, being there is what pushed it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Plus
Great.
it's techno big room, and like that's
Yeah.
2 of my loves. So
Yeah, and it's a very unique blend now.
Yeah. My number 8 is Dusk by Manila Killa.
Ooh, okay.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
If you haven't listened to it, you need to.
Is that the one that you were hyping up to me?
No.
No. Okay. We'll
No.
get there.
Nope. We'll get there next.
Oh, okay, great.
My number 7 is Cage Script by Kid.
My Kid. Oh, shit. That was on the list, and I just glossed over it every single time, and I probably shouldn't have because you love Kid.
Yeah, I'm like, we literally just saw Kid, and I'm like, every single time we have the opportunity to see Kid, I'm like, we're gonna see him. I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
We have to see Kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, and no, that's the album you need to listen to.
Okay, it's that
Like,
good.
immediately.
Okay, yeah, we'll listen to that.
My number 6 is Cognition by Wilkinson.
Okay.
Because I love drum and bass. I mean, you know, I love Subfocus and Wilkinson, and they did their Portals project together, obviously, in 2020.
Which is like one of your favorite albums of all time.
Yeah, so I'm like, this album is very well put together. It's in a great order, and I think it's beautiful.
Great. That's one I have not listened to yet either, so I have to listen to like 3 of yours.
I'm like, yeah, you definitely.
Yeah.
Like, my top 5, you've heard all of them. So.
Okay, great.
Number 5 is Unfold by Imanu.
Ooh, okay, that's at 5. Got it.
Yeah, because it was stunning, and it was the album that very much like Cage Script for Kid, I was like, you need to listen to this album immediately after I listened to it. So, yeah, I mean, it's not as high as other albums in my list.
I thought it was going to be higher, honestly.
No.
Okay.
Because I couldn't put it above the other albums, obviously.
Right.
Number 4 is Palaces by Flume.
Oh, I had that dead on, baby.
I just didn't like it as much as my top 3, I guess.
Right.
It didn't have as much influence. I don't listen to it ever on my own. Maybe because you play it all the time, so I don't have to. But I don't listen to it ever on my own. So
okay.
I went to 4th.
Awesome.
Number 3 is Adolescence by Bank.
Oh, I had that on too. Damn.
And it's solely because 2 other albums were better for me. Like it was wonderful. All of my top 5 were very close. It was hard for me to determine what went where. Well, not my one.
Right.
But like it was hard for me to determine what went where.
Right.
My number 2 is The Last Goodbye by Odessa.
Last Goodbye. Yeah, I had that as number 5. I thought that was going to drop off more. I didn't think it was going to be higher than Flume, so I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
I don't know why.
Oh yes, my honorable mentions. Number 1 is Warehouse Summer with I.O. and Lights.
Yep.
I needed I.O. to be on there somewhere. It's a wonderful album, especially for a post-mortem album.
Yeah.
Like I adore it. I wanted it to be somewhere on there, but I don't know. I would say it came out too late, but Cage Script literally came out last week. It didn't come out too late. It just didn't draw me the same way the other albums did, but I have mad respect for it, and I love it all the same.
Yeah.
And then my second honorable mention is Actual Life 3 by Fred again.
Oh, okay.
That's it. I only had 2 extras.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, great.
Yeah. And then my number 1, which I know you know already, is This Can't Be Everything by Phantoms.
Yep, well done.
Because they're my boys, and that album is stunning.
Yeah.
All the way through. Like, it is a 10 out of 10 album for me. There's nothing wrong with it, in my opinion.
Do you want to say your least favorite album of the year, too?
Yeah, I'll do my least favorite. He knows my least favorite. It's Funkwave Bounces.
Oh, was it? Dang it. I was between 2. I was between Funkwave Bounces and Love and Chaos. Because you didn't even finish Love and Chaos, so I was like, that's bad.
I didn't finish Love and Chaos,
but you were
so I don't know.
forced to... But in my mind, I was like, maybe Funkwave Bounce Volume 2 is worse because you were forced to listen to it.
No, it's just worse in general. Like,
Okay.
I think if I had made it through Adventure Club, I still would have thought that Funkwave Bounce Volume 2
Right,
was...
right. My reasoning was you never even went back to finish it, so I was like, that's got to be awful.
No.
I will reveal my list then. This is what I wrote down for Jawz. I don't know if that's in focus. Hopefully it will be. I'll take a screenshot too and throw it up on there. I'm doing a +1 for the honorable mention,
Yeah, that's fine.
so I had 18 points. That's
Nice.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
Nice.
Let me get into mine. Number 10.
Yes.
Are you ready for it?
Yep.
You had it dead on. It was This Can't Be Everything by Phantoms. This was your favorite album of the year.
Yep.
I liked it a lot. It just didn't hit the same highs as some of the other albums that are on this list. There are some absolute bangers on it, though. And they are, like, some of my favorite songs of the year. But there are some lows in the album that just kind of, like, pulled it down the list for me. Yeah. But overall, solid album. Very great. Phantoms is awesome. Check them out. Number 9 was Inside Out by Tourist.
I got that one dead on,
Dead on, too? I thought you did. I couldn't quite remember. This was a great album. Tourist is super underrated. He's very similar to Odessa. I showed you the song Your Love, which reminded me of a Fred Again song.
Yeah.
Like, super good, super catchy. Literally, like, so intricately put together. I just loved it. It's all future bassy out the ass. So, like, of course I was going to love it.
That's the one that I in my head, I'm like, he doesn't think I'm going to choose this album, but I'm definitely going to choose this because it wasn't on the list or anything. I just, like, had that in my head. I'm like, he listened to Tourist so much.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, and but I think after I sent you Your Love, too, that might have tipped your hat.
No, I mean, it didn't. I knew that you were listening to it. We had talked about it before.
Yeah.
And then you played it in the car once, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. It's a good album. Check it out. Tourist, super underrated. If you like Odessa, you'll like Tourist. Number 8 was Loner by Alice in Wonderland. Is that dead on, too? You fucking crushing it. That was a big return for Alice in Wonderland. I think that was her first album since like 2017, I think is when Awake came out.
Yeah.
She fucking crushed it. Like, this is such a good return. She is alone on the album. She did it all herself, which I think is severely underrated. It's so cool to me that she alone just did everything on it. It's got so many different genres, but it's still cohesive. The messaging is really great. I love the album cover too, like just her head in the clouds, the cool color scheme, love all that. Number 7 for me is Demon Time by Muramasa. Within one. I just moved it up. Alice in Wonderland was above it for a while. I just switched them, I think, this morning, because the more I was thinking about it, I was like, no, Muramasa's was on repeat more for me. This was an album I came in too late, though, like after it came out, and then I was like, holy fuck, this is amazing. It's a return to his older sound. It's like securely in the electropop genre, and it is just so good. It is so fucking catchy. Like, literally all the songs could be on the radio. They're just like too intricate, too unique, just a little bit too far into the dance realm where it's not, and it sucks because like he is so fucking good at producing. Like, it reminds me of a mix of between Lose the Child and Cashmere Cat, but like on the radio, or could be on the radio, and it's just so fucking good. Like, I've been singing Baby Cakes for like days. Yeah, because it's just so catchy.
I had that on my honorable mentions for a while there.
Yeah, really? That's surprising. I didn't think you liked that album as much.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's really fucking good. And number 6, you're gonna find this shocking, is The Last Goodbye by Odessa.
I wondered if it fell further, but I was like, I'm just gonna move it up because
this was a great album. The live set was fucking incredible. Like, definitely my favorite live set of the year. Super great. Like, their live performances are another level. It's the whole production, everything. Lights, visuals, drum line, horns, live mixing. It's the tits. The album is great, but compared to the others, I just wasn't coming back to it as much. Like, obviously, I still love it. It's my number 6. Didn't quite crack the top 5. Number 5 is Dreamverse by Nightmare. Again, I just think I understood this album very heavily, and it got me very excited that I was understanding what Nightmare was doing. As a first album, I was blown away by how well it came together. Some of my favorite songs on the year, like with Another Dose, Fear and Love, like basically the whole back half of the album I love. His collabs are top tier, loved it. So that's number 5. Number 4 is Planet Oasis by Just a Gent. I think this is criminally underrated. I saw almost no buzz about it online, but it is so well put together. Again, a lot of it is future bassy, but like there's some hard trap in it. There's like some indie rock-esque stuff with like Island Fever. The widespread of everything that he puts in that album, like the synths tie it all together in such a consistent sound, even if the genres are different. Super great, super underrated. That's probably the most underrated album of the year from what I've seen. Because like it is a masterpiece, and I just see like nobody talking about it, and I'm like, that's fucked up. Number 3 is Unfold by Manu. This is the most unexpected album of the year, I think, for both of us.
The album that I was like, you have to listen to this.
Yeah.
You have to. You can't not listen to this.
Exactly, because we just had tangential awareness of Imanu.
Yeah, like I thought he was fully drum and bass, and I know that he used to mostly produce drum and bass, but this album came out of left field from what I thought I knew about him. He literally said, I am Flume.
Yeah.
Point 2.
Yeah, like we're saying, we knew just kind of him, but then when we listened to it, we were like, holy fuck. Like,
yeah.
one, we didn't know we had it in him. 2, the sound space, like, again, similar to Just a Gent, like, covers a bunch of different ground. Like, there is some D&B-esque stuff. There's just like straight up future bass, housey type stuff too, like with Temper. I was not expecting it whatsoever, and then literally from the first notes, like it's our destiny. I was just like, I'm fucking in.
We got the amount of times you've played It's Our Destiny.
That was my most played song in 2022. I think I played it like 40 some times, if not more.
Yeah, because you just kept starting the album over.
And like literally, I love that song so much that like right before it ended, I would just start it over again because I was like, let me listen to it another time because it's just so fucking good. That's definitely my favorite song of the year. Number 2 for me is Adolescence by Bank.
I had that so much lower.
I struggled with 2 through 4. Those on any given day, I could take one over the other, but I had to give Bank some love because his came out like January 20th or something like that.
Yeah, it was so
early, and I was like, I don't want to forget about this album. It's been on repeat like all year. We just saw him for Halloween.
Yeah.
It was incredible. Just indie rock, just the vibe of the album. So great. It's got a great flow. Awesome.
What are your honorable mentions?
My honorable mentions. I almost had Actual Life 3 by Fred again. That was close. That was just under like the list. There was a few that I was considering that didn't quite make the top 10 and the honorable mentions. So not Fred again. However, my honorable mention number 1 is Warehouse Summer by Io. Again,
I got it in the same. Is it 3 points if it's in the right spot and honorable mentions?
I was
or
just
2?
doing +1s
Just +1.
because it's not as important as the top 10s.
Yeah, that's fair.
Warehouse Summer, super great. Lights was on the whole thing. It almost made it to my number 10. I just like the range of This Can't Be Everything by Phantoms more than Warehouse Summer. Warehouse Summer was a little bit samey sounding
It was.
throughout. Not that that's a bad thing, but the tone was just super consistent, and it was not very techno-y either.
Yeah.
It was all like progressive house, and there was a little bit of D&B, which was weird. It deviated a little bit from what I was expecting. It was still really great, but then it just all kind of blended together too. So it's only an honorable mention. Love Io, may he rest in peace. It was good to hear more of his music,
Yeah.
and I was very happy to hear it.
Yeah.
My honorable mention number 2 is actually Reviver by Lane 8.
I got both your honorable mentions
Yeah,
too.
nice. You got literally all 12. This was one, like, when you look at our Jeff's ratings, it's a little bit lower than the rest.
Yeah.
But upon revisiting, I was like, no, this album's really fucking good.
When we first started this, like, we had so little things to compare it to.
Exactly,
Like, once
exactly.
you go back and listen to it, you're like, oh, I probably should have. We
Right.
should redo our ratings
Right,
probably
right.
at some point.
Yeah.
Like, where we would rate them now that we know where everything is at
Mhm.
versus where we originally rated them. I
Yeah.
think that would be cool.
Yeah, upon re-listening, I was like, man, this is just banger after banger.
Yeah.
This is all really good. And, like, it almost cracked the top 10 again. And I was like, no, it's not quite that good. But, like,
Yeah.
I was like, no, this deserves a little bit more recognition than what we gave it earlier. I was also considering Embrace by Kill the Noise, but that didn't quite make it up.
Yeah.
The number 1,
Which I know.
which you know, is, of course, Palaces by Flume.
Yep.
This album I came back to time and time again. Could listen to it on repeat for forever. I just love Flume. I'm a diehard Flume fan. That didn't change this year. Finally got to see him live. Saw him 3 times live. About to see him a 4th time. Flume's just awesome, and his production is top notch. It was great to see him finally have an album out again, and every song is catchy as hell, and I just love that album. That's my number 1. Then my least favorite of the year is Adventure Club, Love and Chaos.
I was between both of the melodic albums. I put Thrive by Slander.
No, I liked Slanders more.
Well, obviously, because
Yeah,
it's not your
yeah,
least favorite.
but like, I don't think it was close. Like, I think I like Slanders about the same as I like Sundeath's album, honestly. I just did not like Love and Chaos at all. There was like,
You actually made it through all 28 songs.
there's 28?
I don't. There's 20
I thought there was like
songs.
24.
I don't.
Either way.
It's really not that different at
True,
that point.
True. That album is over an hour long. It's so many fucking songs. They just waited forever to release music, and then just were trying to milk the melodic cash cow that's going on right now, and it was boring. It was so boring. There's good melodic dubstep. Most of it at this point is oversaturated, and I don't like it anymore. And that album was just a slog to get through. If you love it, good for you. Just not for me. Slanders wasn't bad. It just made me laugh that they finally released like Love Is Gone and Walk on Water in an album after those songs have been out for years.
On like an 11-song album.
On an 11-song album. That just made me laugh. I was like, these motherfuckers. But like, it made sense with the album because it was like part of the core of the message and
Yeah.
everything. And then their techno tries were a little bit laughable.
No, the techno tries were the best part of the album.
They were the best, but there was just that weird white noise that they put in that just was
Yeah.
very jarring. But there you go. My top 10. Do you want to show your list of them
Oh,
too?
I suppose.
I suppose.
This is. I'm hoping that
Hopefully that works.
Works.
We'll take a screenshot too.
I did so good.
How many points did you get?
23.
23? Yeah. So congratulations, you are the wiener.
Here's why I think I did that. Because with individual albums, it's harder to guess because you're only looking at the album. When it comes to your overall music taste, you are less fluid
Right,
than
right.
I am. So
Yeah.
I think when it comes to like things like Tritonal, where I completely golden goosed and like that's not your style of music. So
Right.
how am I supposed to guess? But
Right.
when it comes to things that are your style of music, I'm like, I got it.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do a quick count here. Palaces, Future Bass.
Yeah.
Unfold, I would call Future Bass.
Yeah.
Planet Oasis, I would call Future Bass. Last Goodbye, I would call Future Bass. Demon Time I would call future bass. Inside Out I would call future bass.
Yeah.
And Adolescence is indie or indie electronic, which you know I like. Dreamverse actually had a lot of future bass influences on it, so that's teetering.
Nightmare's
so
also one of your favorite artists, and you related to the message of what Dreamverse was. It's not often you pull things like that so passionately.
Right.
Like you pull themes, but not as passionately as you did Dreamverse.
Just the understanding, you're like, oh, obviously that's gonna be in the top 10. And then plus I gave it a 9.5 on our Jeff's episode, which should be out now. It's up there. Go check it out. Yeah. So most of mine was future bass. Yours was a little more eclectic, obviously.
Yeah, it was, but you did really well at guessing the random ones. The only one you didn't get was Kid, and that's because it just came out.
Oh, yeah.
Like on the 9th.
Oh, December?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So, the recency bias is like, I stay away from more recent stuff because it's like, oh, this is new, so obviously I like it. But that does always, like, translate over time.
You're gonna love it.
Okay, great.
You're gonna love
Cool.
Cage Script.
Yeah, we will listen to that.
I'm the queen of the year.
You're Queen 2022.
Hell yeah.
Best guesser 2022. That's it. Upcoming videos, we are going to do 2022 superlatives. So best album, you already know, at least for each of us.
Yeah.
But we're going to do worst album. Oh, wait, shit, you know that too. We're going to do a bunch of different categories like, most serene album, most hype album.
Best road trip song
Best
album.
road trip song and album.
Best set we saw live.
Best set we saw. Who had the best merch.
Who had the best album to tour. There you go.
Translation, like all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to do a lot of superlatives. We got a big list of them. Hopefully we can record that. Probably after New Year's we'll have to record that, but we can get it out. I'm way behind on editing still, but hopefully all the Jeffs are out before this. There was the Nightmare one, which is done.
Yeah.
We just need to make a thumbnail.
Yep.
Then Coalesce and Beyond the Veil.
Yeah.
Then we're going to get into 2023. I want to do a video about artists to keep an eye on for 2023. I was going to do like 3 each. I think we talked about that a little bit. So yeah, we might get into that too.
We got lots of good things brewing.
Got lots of good things brewing. Maybe some other series starting as well.
We hope that you enjoyed this video though. Tell us your top 10 albums or your top album, your least favorite album, if you disagree or if you have further notes, I guess, on our music taste.
Or what was the most unexpected album for you? Because we were completely blindsided by Imanu's and loved it. And now we're like, fuck yeah, like, let's go Imanu. We're fully on board. What ones caught you off guard too? Comment below, let us know. Doesn't have to be dance music. All of ours were dance music related, but there's some great albums outside of dance music, so...
As there often are.
As there often are.
There's always music released outside of dance music.
So yeah, comment below. Thank you for watching. Drop a like while you're down there. And have a good 2023.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, No! Go away!
She said, fine, I will go away.
Perfect, please do.
We are doing something new today. What?
I said I was gonna say something and then you just kept going, so I'll let you just keep going.
That almost, I don't want to say that, but okay, yeah, sorry. Continue. It's, like,